Alright everyone, it's Sam here. Welcome back to my career on F1 2014, short-run career. And here we are then for round 2 at Bahrain. Unfortunately we skipped Malaysia, which is one of my favourite tracks, but yeah, here we are then. And if you're watching this on Sunday, which is the day this should be going up, then this is a birthday special because yeah, it's my 20th birthday then today if you're watching this. And yeah, I've got a video for you today then, despite that. And yeah, here we are then. Decided to do qualifying today, and yeah, we're going to go out on the prime tyres then for this Q1 because I'm pretty confident that we can get through on them. In Australia I just didn't have any pace at all, so that's why I decided to start from the back in that race. And yeah, I think it's a little bit more interesting than it would have been. And well, we didn't score points, but I don't think my chances were that great anyway, and it was a more entertaining race, I think. But yeah, we got through to Q2 pretty easily then in 8th place, 1.1 off the pace of Rosberg, who was also on the primes, but hopefully we can close that down a little bit on the options. I think I made a few little mistakes on my times, so yeah, we should improve a little bit. As you see, both Lotuses out there with the Marussias and the Caterhams, but straight into Q2 then, and here we are then for our first run on the option tyres. Hamilton's just set the faster time, and we go just under a second slower than that then with a 34.3. I think there's a little bit more time to find those. We saw Fernando Alonso was a few tenths quicker than us there. Second time around, here we go then, it's a 33.8 then, which is a little bit quicker than Alonso then, so that's encouraging to see there. And that does in fact get us through to Q3 then for the first time in our career, although this is the first time that we've properly tried to. And yeah, 4th place then, just ahead of Alonso, so yeah, it looks like we may be able to get a good position on the grid here then, as we see Button out there, as well as Sergio Perez, sort of the bigger names that dropped out there, along with Saubers and the Toro Rossos. But straight into Q3 then, and Hamilton with the fastest time there then so far with a 33.2. We're going to cross the line. It's not a very good time, that first one, only a 34.3. And but on the next time round we're actually going to cross the line, and it should be a much better time this time. We'll cross the line then, and it's only about half a tenth quicker, and we stay in 6th place then, so it's all down to this final run then on another set of fresh tyres. Of course you get a free extra set in Q3, and you don't and you're only starting your Q2 tyres. So yeah, this is our final run then, and it looks like it is going to be a bit quicker than our previous one. Hopefully we can get the best out of it, and we're coming to the line now then. It's Ricciardo who's ahead of us at the moment. We cross the line, it's an improved time, but it doesn't actually improve our position then. We stay in 6th place, but we have broken the 34 barrier there, which is a little bit frustrating because I'm pretty sure we set a 33.8 in Q2, but nonetheless then 6th place is a decent qualifying, not far off our teammate Alonso, and it looks like the Ferrari is a lot more competitive here then than it was in Australia. But he goes to the grid then, it's Lewis Hamilton who takes pole position alongside his teammate Nico Rosberg. There's our teammate Alonso in 4th, and there we are then in 6th place. So yeah, a real chance for some good points today then for both cars, as we're sat on the grid now then waiting for the lights to go out. And away we go then in Bahrain, and it looks like we have got a fairly decent start here, not the best one, but it looks like Bottas behind us got a much better start than us, and he's up past us already then. We're looking at Ricciardo and Alonso. Into turn 1 we go quite cautiously though, we clip the back of Alonso, and Magnussen there appearing on our inside as well then. As we head through turn 2 though, but we get the inside line now, so we retake that 6th position, and then Bottas has dropped back somewhere as well. So yeah, we've maintained 6th place at the start then. We're looking at Daniel Ricciardo here into turn 4. We're going to go up the inside here then, and going to just force him out wide then on the apex, and looks like Magnussen's also got past him as well then. So good start for us there then, up into P5 right behind Alonso now then. And yeah, so a good start to work on then as we look at a replay then at the start then. It looks like it was a fairly good start from everyone there. You see Bottas was one of the very good starters there. He got past us momentarily there towards turn 1, but it looks like he was just on the wrong side really going into turn 1. You see Magnussen there hopping over the curb, as did his teammate Button a little bit further back as well. They'll bunch up in turn 2, a little bit of wheel banging there further back, but nothing too major. And into turn 4 then you see there we just forced Ricciardo out wide really then, and Magnussen says thank you very much, I'll have a bit of that, and he goes through as well then. So we're skipping to the end of the first lap now then, and we're still a little way behind Alonso here then, a few car lengths, and we may have a chance here then if we've got some good straight line speed down the pit straight. Looks like we do, in fact we are getting in the slipstream of our teammate here then down the pit straight, and we're going pulling out the slipstream then side by side towards turn 1. We're later on the brakes then, and up the inside we go, and it looks like we have got that move done and we're into 4th place then, so it's been a very good start to the race for us then. And a little bit of a statement there to Fernando Alonso that he's not going to be able to just wipe the floor with us this season then. And yeah, through we go then. I thought he might have a look at us into turn 4, but it doesn't seem he was close enough to do so. So yeah, we're up into 4th place then, but by lap 5 Ferrari may have been regretting that decision to let us race as we've dropped 7.5 seconds behind Rosberg. Vettel doing a very good job to maintain the pace with the Mercedes up front, as Alonso's looking at us here then towards turn 9, but we're going to go defensive and we've held on to the position then. He was looking at us again in turn 10. We're starting to lose grip a little bit in the tyres there as we head down this DRS straight then, and Alonso's going to look at us into turn 11 here then, but it looks like he's actually dropped back a little bit and Magnussen's gone through, as is Ricciardo it looks like, so we've been let off the hook a little bit there, and Ferrari will be getting out of our ear for a few seconds then with the team orders. But we've run wide there in the penultimate corner, we're on the curb and we've lost at the back end. We've hit Magnussen on, Red Bull has pulled into us as well then. Ricciardo is out of the race, the safety car's been deployed, and Felipe Massa here just driving past everyone with no regard for the yellow flags whatsoever. But yeah, we've lost our front wing and we're going to have to go and get that repaired now then. And it'll actually play into our hands here then with the safety car, because yeah, everyone's going to be bunching up now then. But yeah, we were lucky not to get penalised for that incident, I have to say, as that was really all caused by our mistake there, running wide onto the curb, and yeah, just not going to find any grip out there, and Ricciardo really the innocent victim in all of that, as was Magnussen, who lost a little bit of time, but his car still in one piece as we come in then for our stop. And this should take us to the end of the race then, so as I say, it's may well play into our hands overall. And looks like the two Caterhams here are having a good race then, as Kobayashi and Ericsson have already gone past us then. And we're going to rejoin just behind Pastor Maldonado then in 16th place. So yeah, quite a long way back here then, as we're now going to look at a replay just to see what happened in all of those few corners. Of course, it all started off here then with Alonso dropping a few places, and looks like there's actually a little bit of contact there between him and Magnussen, and the McLaren getting through then, and so did Ricciardo. And then you just see here we run a little bit too wide, and just the curb didn't like the taste of that Pirelli tyre and it just spat it back out. Magnussen there spun off, but was relatively lucky in the end as Ricciardo piled into the side of our car really, and Massa there just somehow escaping a penalty for just driving past all of us under the yellow flags there. But as you see here at the end of the lap then, as I said, this might well play into our hands as a lot of cars are coming in now, such as Alonso, Vettel and Hamilton both in as well, so that's the top two in the race that have both just come in there, and we've gone past them then. So yeah, this has really played into our hands, even though we really don't deserve it to have done so. But yeah, on the next lap then the safety car is coming in and we're getting ready for the restart then. It looks like Maldonado is on the prime tyres, so we may be racing him for a couple of laps then, as we're getting ready for the restart now, and see a Caterham up there ahead as well. We'll just have to see then how many of these cars are actually going to follow the safety car into the pits then, and it looks like quite a lot then, including looks like the Mercedes of Nico Rosberg then has been now gone green, and we're looking at Maldonado who's not had a good start and not a good restart, should I say, and we're past him then towards turn 1. You can see there the Toro Rosso of Danny Kvyat, who started on the prime tyres, is now leading. We're in second, Maldonado's third, then it's Jules Bianchi in 4th place, and in 5th it's Sebastian Vettel in the Red Bull. So Mercedes have really lost out here then. Rosberg well back now then, and Hamilton stuck in a fight with Vettel and Alonso now, as we're looking at Danny Kvyat, but we've run wide in both of those right-handers there, and that's really overheated that front left tyre, so that's not good for us there. And I guess it didn't really matter that much, but I want to get past Kvyat on the track. Ideally I would want to take the lead in style, I guess, and he probably is going to pit now then, and yeah, in he comes, and we're going to just try and steer a little bit of the slipstream as he comes in there. But we take the lead now then of the Bahrain Grand Prix with 6 laps to go, and can we hold on now with Vettel and Hamilton and also our teammate Alonso chasing us down for this race win now. And we run wide actually on the end of lap 10, so that's really not a good start to this then. And it was about 2-second lead I think, and it's now down to 9/10 of a second, so unless we buck our ideas up here, then we're going to be right in DRS range here then. And we see later on in this lap then Hamilton is right there as well, so this has just got 10 times more difficult to hang on to this race win then, with the very quick Mercedes right behind there as well. And at the beginning of lap 12 with only 3 laps to go, and Vettel and Hamilton are now both right within the DRS range, and towards turn 1 they just don't seem to be close enough here, but it looks like they are a little bit more confident on the brake zone to turn 1. They did close up quite a bit there, and we're sliding about quite a lot, so Vettel might have a good run here into turn 4, and we're going to go defensive here then. And well, I say defensive, but I really was the opposite really, because I wanted the AI to go more aggressively on the outside. And on to the next lap then, we've really lost the back end there into turn 1. We got a warning for corner cut, in fact, as we hopped over the curb, and that's sort of a downside of the fact that we came in a lap earlier because our tyres are a little bit older. But yeah, I say defensive in inverted commas, as I really just want the AI to be more attacking. As we skip to the last lap now, then you see Fernando Alonso has caught us right up now then, so who knows, there could still be a chance for Ferrari 1-2 here, would you believe, in Bahrain. And we're riding on board then for this final half a lap, and all 3 of them are going to have DRS on me here then down the back straight, and it may look like I was weaving a little bit, but as I said before, I just want the AI to stay on the racing line so that they don't all back out and ruin the battle. But it looks like Vettel hasn't been able to capitalise there, neither has Hamilton or Alonso then, so we may just hang on then. Not a lot of overtaking opportunities in these final few corners then, and we're sliding about a lot then because of course we've got a 1 or even in some cases here 2 laps older tyres than those behind us, so it will be difficult to hang on to this position then into this final corner. But it looks like it's too late now for anyone else to challenge us, and we're coming out of the final corner then. It's been a rather undeserved result, I'd say, but we take the victory in Bahrain. And there are the final results then from today's Bahrain Grand Prix. What an eventful one it was in the end. So yeah, we took an unexpected and I guess an undeserved, in my opinion, victory then in only our 2nd race with Ferrari. Vettel then in 2nd place with Hamilton in 3rd, and our teammate not that far behind, only 4th. But yeah, looking further down there you see Kamui Kobayashi there in 12th place for Caterham. What a result that is then. You just see all through the field there then a lot of drivers screwed over by that safety car, such as Magnus and Perez in there as well. See Max Chilton actually up in 17th place, and then Bianchi only 20th after we saw him up in 4th place after the safety car. But onto the standings then, look at that then, straight up to 3rd place for us, with Hamilton still leading after winning in Australia. Vettel in 2nd place then, with Rosberg down in 4th now then. He really got hurt by that safety car today. He's level on points with both Alonso and Massa at this stage. And looking further down, we see Magnussen there still with no points for McLaren then. And yeah, not really anything interesting to see down there, I don't think. But yeah, onto the constructors then. And we're 15 points then behind Mercedes in the constructors now then, with the win each. But overall you'd still have to say Mercedes look like they've got the much better package then. And yeah, that is it then for this race. If you did enjoy it, then make sure you leave a like. And yeah, I'll see you next time for, I believe it's the Canadian Grand Prix. So thanks for watching and goodbye. I'm going to go enjoy some birthday cake with my champagne.